We kept hearing from some that if the Supreme Court legalizes gay marriage, all of a sudden you're going to have people arguing that they should also be able to have polygamous or bigamous relationships. And indeed, a Montana man said yesterday that he was inspired by the Supreme Court decision legalizing gay marriage nationally to apply for a marriage license for his second wife so he can legally marry his second wife. This is Nathan Collier. His wives, Victoria and Christine, applied in Billings, Montana, to try to legitimize their polygamous marriage. Montana, like all 50 states, outlaws bigamy, holding multiple marriage licenses. But Collier says he plans to sue if the application is denied. He said, quote, "It's about marriage equality. You can't have this without polygamy." County clerk officials obviously denied the application, and then they said they would consult with the county attorney before finalizing the answer. Collier's 46 years old. He owns a refrigeration business in Billings, Montana. He married Victoria in 2000, and he says he and his second wife had a religious wedding in 2007, but obviously they do not have a marriage license because that is not legal. He says he's a former Mormon who was excommunicated for polygamy, and he is not officially associated with any religious organization now. He appeared in the reality cable TV show Sister Wives about polygamous relationships. I think the point needs to be made here that the wives don't marry each other in the scenario Collier is proposing, right? The husband has multiple marriages, each of which is between two people. These are still marriages between two people. It's a question of whether one person can have more than one of them at the same time. This has nothing to do with gay marriage, nothing whatsoever. And while the timing of it, the guy says he was inspired by the Supreme Court ruling, there's actually nothing at all. There's no requirement for gay marriage to be legal to argue that you should be able to have multiple one-on-one legal relationships called marriages.
Well, for how many years people have been making the argument that, well, once you allow gay marriage, once you have marriage equality, people will be able to marry brooms, or people will be able to marry, cars, and polygamy will be legal because in their mind, marriage is either between a man and a woman, or it's some type of crazy anything goes scenario.
And the other thing I was thinking of is religious beliefs tend to be the basis for those wanting multi-marriages. In this case, the guy is no longer officially part of the Mormon church. He was kicked out for polygamy, but it still was based in his Mormon beliefs when the desire to do this was still based in his Mormon beliefs at some point. So isn't it a religious freedom issue? All the religious nuts are arguing against polygamy while at the same time arguing for religious freedom. If your sincerely held religious beliefs are that you should be in multiple marriages, why aren't conservatives in favor of that?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I could recommend some countries that this guy could move to and all of his problems would be solved. I don't think he's going to want to do that, though.
You can be for or against polygamy or bigamy, but it is a completely separate issue from